It was really just about me finishing the race.
The track is declared wet.
The worst for me is a damp track on slick tires. The scenario that we had on the Sunday morning was a wet track, actually, in the first sector. I've just got to fucking finish this thing.
The Monza start was kind of difficult as we had similar conditions than in Le Castellet qualifying. All the team was a bit tension and I was not sure if it's a good idea if we, keep this strategy.
So if you really think like, fuck, at the end I don't want to do it, you have to say it open. And then we have to find another plan.
My heart was beating, but I knew I had to do it.
So you start.
I start.
We're waiting for the start of the race, and round 4 is now underway.
He managed that situation very well.
Are you happy? Good, yeah.
I was quite proud of Michael. We finished P5 in Monza. I would say this was the speed we had on this weekend, on a normal race weekend when Michael doesn't know the racetrack. Arriving now to Portimao, a track he knows very well.
It is Michael's home track. I think we all think it's a quite promising race.
Pretty sure we are even more competitive as in Le Castellet.
That's why I hope to fight for top 5 because there will be more cars driving, but at least fighting for a podium.
Radio check 1, 2, 3. Check. Box now. Radio check.
Difficult to drive because it's sliding over the front axle. You brake early and you go off the brakes quite early. Only these 2 points.
Good job, from the beginning on pace.
You immediately see that he knows the place. He has been here a lot of times. You see that he has the understanding of where to go and where to position himself to get a better exit. From the beginning he was happy with the car, he was happy with the track.
In the golf racing you lost, but I saw you were like, I want to overtake, but he's not giving me space, so it was a bit difficult. But that was fine.
I prefer him to brake more, but go for the same apex and gain on the exit. Because this is where you win your time.
Directly from the beginning we start on a different level. And from the beginning on he was quicker than last year.
When Michael drove the RSR for the first time last year, we actually tested here in Portimao.
45.9.
Yeah. Last November here, Michael did a 145.9.
And he did a 41.1 this time, so he improved quite a bit.
We are in the area of the best top 3 bronze drivers here.
No, it's cool, it was consistent. Yeah, all those notes you told me helped a lot, man. Thank you.
Easy. Mega, honestly.
After half an hour in the race, AC4?
I would start from the beginning. Because if you start to sweat, actually, it's too late.
That's what he was saying, yeah. I mean, I sweat immediately, but I did feel it yesterday after 45 minutes.
Just do it.
I would say Portimao is quite a special one.
It is well known for the elevation changes.
It's more or less like a roller coaster.
We have a lot of up and down situations and not so much place to rest.
It's very demanding physically.
Oh man, that was so intense, dude.
The longest run I'd done in the car over the test days was 40 minutes. And I was feeling it physically. And that was playing on my mind over the days, thinking to myself, Am I going to be able to sustain an hour and a half?
So thank you for joining me, Johnny Palmer, and Bruce Jones. 10 minutes, and there'll be 10 cars out on track, Bruce.
On track or near track, I think will be the what we've observed so far today. Track limits are being stringently observed.
It will be a gambling. I mean, in the race you get the warning, but in qualifying they cancel the lap, you know. So
Portimao is always a special one, as you have quite a bit of runoff. They check the track limits really precise.
And the 3 minutes for the LNGT qualifying session.
Radio check 1, 2, 3. Loud and clear. Richie, you know this, but track limits for the very, very, very sensitive.
Richie was qualifying as usual. 2 runs, 2 sets of new rubber.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pit exit is open for 10 minutes. Please respect track limits.
AC map 5. AC map 5.
Great to have 10 cars coming out to play, and we'll see how Gulf Racing and AF Corsa get on. Just got to get across the start-finish line to start that flying lap. But a lot of these first flying laps are fairly tentative. Do expect the times to come down. Our timing screens are largely covered with blue. That means everybody is improving.
The 60 car, Andrea Pacini, he is quickest with a 1:38.986, just putting that time in now. Ricard Leitz pits for new boots as well. There's no limit how many Goodyear Eagle tyres you use in this session and indeed the race, and that's exactly what Proton Competition are doing.
It's still Andrea Pacini, 0.4 of a second to the good.
Ricard Leitz back out on track.
He's put in his fastest first sector, but the fastest first sector. 6th on the timesheets at the moment for Proton Competition. Richard Leitz, too good.
He was sliding up the sector, 1 purple. Sector 2 purple.
2nd sector fastest of everyone as well.
Oh shit, get out of the way.
And then he ran into a Kessel Ferrari.
Ricard Leitz now joins Pacini on the front row in GTEs. He got very close indeed, within a 10th of it for the Austrian for Proton Competition.
24 blocked us or what? You're 3 stents off in sector 3. Box this lap, box.
Ricard Leitz, he's in the pit lane. I think the best of the Goodyear rubber has already gone for that Proton Competition car.
Car 93 loses lap 5 and lap 6 for track limits at T15.
We had actually a very good qualifying until I ran into a competitor who slowed down to get a clear lap, and basically he started his lap in front of me.
he was slow in preparing his lap, and then I arrived.
I saw it.
And behind him I understood. I went out, it was clear. But I went out because I had no downforce in the front.
It was a fucking mega lap.
Yeah, mega. First sector was insane.
By following him quite closely, I ran wide in the last corner because I had no front from the aero-wise, and got a track limit in the last corner. We would have been P3 or quite good, but this is motorsport and it's clear there is rules, and the lap got cancelled.
So that meant that we were starting from P8.
After a very strange season which had to be rejigged on several occasions, we find ourselves at the finale of the European Le Mans Series. It's a new month and we will be crowning new champions.
Morgen, der Herr. Morgen. Wie geht es dir? So the run plan was to get Michael in the car first and then have him in the car for at least 1.5 hours.
If you feel good and pace is okay, then we target normally 1.5 hours. So then you're done from the start already. And then it's Richie and then it's Felipe finishing.
So if I can do that, stint and a half straight, that's the ideal run plan.
I'm going to go to AC4 from the beginning, I think, because I'm going to target doing the hour and a half. And I think if I don't do it, I think I'll struggle.
It's better to be on the cooler side from the beginning, because if you start to overheat,
it's too late.
It's too late.
Yeah.
And then you need to stay focused because it's a quite difficult track with all the traffic, and if you drive 1 hour, it's quite tough.
I hope he can, stay fit for these 1.5 hours and not get exhausted in the head.
Yeah. Take your time, because I think you are better than them on this track. And even if it's not at the beginning, you will pass them later.
Thanks, man.
For sure, if you start the race and you have all the pressure, it's a bit more demanding than normal. But Michael for sure is fit enough to do 1.5 or 2 stints at the beginning.
In 30 seconds we can go.
Grid starting to be cleared. 10 cars involved in the GT battle. And Michael Fassbender lives these days in Portugal. So this, in effect, you could call a home race.
Michael, tire pressures are low, so be careful. The first few corners and the first few laps, don't go offline.
Copy. Leaders to keep the positions and the speed until crossing the line, no overtaking.
Instruction given to everybody to take up their rolling grid formation. That looks very neat and tidy indeed. For the final time in 2020, the European Le Mans Series is about to get underway with the 4 hours of Portimao. Still, the red lights are on.